Well, Jim, here we are, getting on to Monday evening now. A few days have passed since Luke left us for Swansea City. Let's just hear your reaction to that.
It feels like weeks. Been full on, but obviously a huge disappointment for individuals and collectively because of what he done for the club and the way he made people feel and the type of guy he is and the type of coach he is. So obviously a big disappointment, but no one would begrudge him the move, and I think he earned it. I think he earned the right to get closer to his family. I think he earned the right to test himself at a higher level, and it was the right fit for him. So he goes with everybody's best wishes, and we can't speak highly enough of him. I wish I had longer with him, but sometimes that's just football.
It means that 5 years to the day since you arrived at Notts County, you're helping out with seeing the team through this interesting spell alongside Tom Weal and Joao Alves. If we rewinded 5 years and somebody was telling you that that's where you'd be in 5 years' time, what would your reaction have been?
Not 5 years ago, definitely not 5 years ago. 5 years ago I thought I was going to play forever, so yeah, it's been challenging, but we've got to keep the club moving forward, and we've got such a good blueprint in place, and we just need to try and follow the blueprint and find our own way and our own tweaks along the way, and for however long it'll be. But in terms of Wheelie and Joao and Huts and Craig, Jane, everyone's been amazing. Kind of steering me in the right direction in terms of meetings and what the day looks like, what the schedule looks like, managing players, certain individuals. So from that point of view, they've been unbelievable, and they've been really at it since the news got announced, really.
What was your first reaction when you had this opportunity to take a prominent role in seeing the club through at the minute?
Well, I've had few emotions the last few days. I obviously, again, go back to the disappointment of losing a good management team, excitement, dread, but what I said to the club was whatever they needed from me, I'll do it. So in whatever capacity that they've seen, whatever the club needs, it's no problem. It's just ask and I'll do it. So from that point of view, it's an easy okay. Let's just move on, and what do we need to do, and getting organised and trying to get ahead of the game, if you like.
Has it been a case of trying to keep things as normal as possible for the players, or is it impossible to aim for that?
It's absolutely as close to normal as possible. With a couple of challenges. Players dropping in and out of training if they're feeling niggles or what have you. Training ground was underwater. So little challenges like that, which as a player you don't really think about. But again, the ground staff, they've been at it. They've been on the ball really from the get-go, and you see the other side of it from that point of view. But my feeling was, if the club are looking at bringing someone in, we can't change and have 3 different ways of doing things in the one season. That'd be too detrimental to the squad and the players, and those are the most important people in the building at the minute, and trying to keep them feeling good and moving forward.
Yeah, there was a lot of national news coverage about Nottingham and the floods recently, and some aerial photos of this area and the banks of the Trent being burst, and unfortunately that's meant that we're unable to train in our usual place. We should say that Nottingham Trent have been very welcoming to us, so thanks for that. How have the lads been on the training ground? Because I think you've had, is it 2 or 3 sessions now since Luke's departure?
3 sessions. It's been excellent. The attitude and the application from Thursday onwards was it's been tremendous. I'm really happy with the lads. Obviously, it's a difficult situation because I'm still a player, try to drive training. but the reaction's been amazing, and the respect they've shown, I really appreciate it, and they've shown me and the staff. It's been really professional, and I'm very, very happy.
How much work have you been having to do into actually devising the sessions themselves? And presumably the dynamic's a bit strange for you because I'm guessing you're participating fully in those sessions too?
Yeah, getting in earlier, not trudging in just 15 minutes before report time. Joao and Weal have been at it, and in terms of helping me get up to speed with what a normal week would look like, and how we would do things, and how we would come to certain decisions on sessions and what we're going after. And obviously Craig and Hutz and Jane have been at it with like player loads and injuries and surface types, and he reacts better than he does and stuff like that. Like I said, stuff you don't really think about as a player, but getting up to speed with that, and so the dynamic's been very much for me, speak when I think it's going to add value, and step back when I think I need to watch and learn, and see how things are organised, and it's been working well so far. Like I said, we would feel it if it wasn't working well, because we would have felt it from the lads, but the professionalism and the attitude and the application is spot on, because I think that they feel there's still something good here, and like I said before, where we're disappointed, you have to park that and move on, and try and move the club forward, and we've still got a good chance of doing something special.
Can I ask you about Scott Robertson? He's somebody that I know you'll have been keeping your eye on over the last couple of weeks since he's arrived at the club, but obviously the Celtic connection's a nice one there as well. What do you think fans can expect from him once he gets out there for us? He's
athletic, gets about, puts himself about, very comfortable on the ball. I think he's one that the supporters will like. He's kind of all action, but I'm been really impressed with him in training. He's every day I'm saying, what about Robbo today, what about Robbo? So absolutely look forward to seeing him on the pitch and making his debut at a really difficult time as well, because he's come in and coming into a good club, the way we play football and the philosophy, and then all of a sudden the manager leaves. So really difficult for him. Once he gets his house sorted and gets acquainted with the area, then I think he'll be up and running.
Yeah, have you had much of a chance to sort of talk to him on a personal level? Because obviously, for all of the squad who are used to working with Luke, there's one element of sort of disappointment and change. But for somebody like Scott, who's come in and he spoke very highly of Luke when he arrived, he's got to deal with a sort of a different feeling of, I guess, of the unknown of what's to come. But surely he can sense within the group that there's a determination to move forward together.
Yeah, determination, and like you say, it's different for him. But I think once he's moved away from home, obviously when he moved to Fleetwood, so he's dealt with that before, and I think once he gets ingrained in the city and he gets moved and gets settled, then I think he'll be totally fine. He's as I said, his application to the training and his attitude's been spot on, and he can handle a football. So I don't see any problems in Robbo slotting straight in.
As I said, we're speaking on Monday afternoon, Monday evening sort of time. Grimsby will start peering over the horizon soon. Is that something that you think the group will welcome when that match starts to come a little bit closer and a bit more of a sort of a narrower focus on something?
Well, yeah, I think you need to. It's maybe a little bit of a blessing that we never had a game on Saturday, so we could get the training into the lads and try and get the disappointment and the move and the change out the system. But yeah, absolutely, from a staffing side of things, watching Grimsby already, so that preparation has already started, and we'll start dripping things in throughout the week from tomorrow. But again, ultimately it's like we want to put our stamp on the game, we want to be us, we want to look like Notts County, and everyone in this building knows what Notts County looks like, or at least the best version of that, and that's what we're aiming for.
It's going to be a sold out away end at Blundell Park. I mean, we are getting used to big away followings with Notts, but I think they probably do have an extra special part to play at the weekend. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. The lads need the supporters. Get through a difficult time and a bit of uncertainty maybe, but like I say, if we can keep going with the blueprint that we've got and the philosophy of the club, then I think we'll be fine. But absolutely, they've got a huge part to play, and the messages that I've received have been very much appreciated, and I look forward to seeing everyone there on Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to end on that because it is such an important thing for you, I'd imagine, because you're taking a brave step here, I suppose, on your coaching journey. It's another sort of string to your bow that you're adding with this experience, as unexpected as it is. But it must be nice for you, Tom and Joao, to know that the fan base are completely behind you.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, and I think when we step back and realise that we as players and staff, we're only passing through. It's the supporters that are here and the lifeblood of the club, and we need them maybe more than they need us. So I think they've got an absolutely massive role to play, and they got us through a lot last season as well. So when they turn up in their numbers and they get behind the team, ultimately it's the lads that need them the most. So I think if we can get a good feeling and we can get a good start, then we're on our way.